What's up, everyone? Today I actually feel like a financial plumber. And with that, I wanted to ask you, how many leaky faucets do you have? Now, before you start laughing at me, I assure you, if you watch till the end of this video, you'll be able to answer that. Now, I created this leaky faucet rule, and I've drew this out here, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by this, okay? So let's say from here to here, this part, this is your main water supply. So let's call this your supply. And I want you to think of this supply, all right, as your income, all right? So we have this main water supply, all right, and that is your income. Now let's move on to over here. So we have the faucet, okay? We have the spout and we have the knob here. So I will write knob, and this controls your on and off. And we're not talking about temperature, all right? I didn't get that far as plumbing goes, okay? But here, we're gonna talk about the knob, and what we're gonna talk about is the control. The knob is the control part, all right? Now, what the knob does is control the level of water that comes out from the spout here. So if I open up the knob just a little bit, you know, just a few drips will come out from the spout. If I open it up 50%, 50% of the water will come out from the spout. If I open it up 100%, 100% of the water will come out. Now, this water that's dripping down is the actual leak itself, all right? So we're gonna call it leak here. And we're going to represent the leak as expense. All right? So, now let me just recap this for you again. So we have this main system here, which is your supply, which is your income, okay? That income now you have control over with the knob, okay? You have control over this. You have control over the expenses. All right, based on the knob here, the control you have over the knob. Now, let me explain one thing here. When we're talking about leaks, okay, leaks it's actually not supposed to happen, okay? In a normal scenario, all right, you know, this should be working fine. You know, the knob should turn on and off as you control it. That's based on you, okay? So when you turn it on, the water should turn on. When you turn it off, it should turn off. Now, in a leak scenario, the leak should not be happening. So because it should not be happening, we're going to call the leaks, and we're going to represent the leaks as miscellaneous expenses. Okay? What do I mean by that now? Miscellaneous expenses means the expenses that you could do without. Okay? So that's what the leaks represent here, okay? These are the miscellaneous expenses. These are not food, water, and shelter, okay? That's for another topic that's not relevant in this video. So the leaks represent the miscellaneous expenses or the expenses you can do without. Now, with that being said, I'm going to show you an example here. This is just for information purposes. Everyone's income will be different. Everyone's control level will be different. Everyone's expense level will be different. So these are just numbers for this video. Let's just say you're making $1,000 a month, all right? And let's say now you have the miscellaneous expenses now. These are the expenses that you can kind of either, you know, you can cut out all the way, or you can kind of like, you know, dim them down a little bit. So let's just say you have, let's say you have phone, you'll have TV, you'll have some miscellaneous like random subscriptions, you know, to like online subscriptions or like Netflix or things of that sort, right? So phone, TV, miscellaneous subs. Let's say, you know, you like to buy a lot of tech stuff, right? Or some gadgets or something. Let's write gadgets. Or let's just say clothing or something like that. Let's say you buy a lot of clothing, okay? Extra clothing or something. So these are what we call are the miscellaneous expenses, or we can also call them leaks. That's the only way they can be categorized as leaks, if they're miscellaneous expenses, or the expenses that you can actually cut out. Okay? So let's say here, let's give these a value now. All right? So let's just say I'm giving just random values here just for information purposes. Let's say $100 for the phone. Let's say $100 for the TV, $50 for the subs. I don't know, $100, let's say, for the gadgets. Let's say $50 for the clothing. Just for information purposes here. Just so you're able to see what I'm trying to do here. So let's say we add all this up. We have about $400 here. So let's say our income was $1,000 and our expenses were $400. So we're left with $600. We came up with this by determining how many level of leaks we have. Now, once we determine the level of leaks we have, we also now determine what can we take care of. What type of leaks can we take care of right then and there? Meaning we need to get rid of them. Okay? If we can, if we could possibly can, if we can kind of cut down the amount, or we can just totally eliminate them, which would be better if you could. So let's just say, looking at this, let's just say you can hold off on the text for now, on the gadgets. You don't need to do this right now. Let's cross this out. That's one leaky faucet gone, believe it or not. Let's say clothing here. I got enough clothing. Let's say right now, maybe I'll spend later on. So let's get rid of these two leaks. So in fact, we determined the level of the leaks, and we also fixed two of them already. All right, so we actually saved $150. Okay, when we add this up with the 600, that becomes $750. Okay, so the whole point of the leaky faucet rule is so that you're able to determine how many miscellaneous expenses you have, so that you're able to first identify them, and then you're able to fix and correct your number of savings ultimately at the end. Because the end result, the whole end result to this whole thing, I will tell you right now, is to, I'm going to write it here, is to decrease, okay, spending, and to increase saving. That is the ultimate goal of this rule. All right, so that was the leaky faucet rule in a nutshell, and I hope you liked this. And if you did, leave me a comment section down below. Tell me what you thought about it, and also don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.